Can I be honest with you?
Go on.
I don't believe that you enjoy it.
So what you should do then is come to my next event and feel how wet my is.
But my wife might be offended that a woman's talking to me this way.
Oh, but I couldn't care. What's your wife done for me? Your wife's irrelevant.
Hi, I'm Bonnie Blue. I slept with over 1,000 men, including probably your husband and yourself.
The UK's filled with sluts, but they're sluts without brains. That's the biggest difference between me and them.
There was the 1,000 men in a day.
They get a lot of 18-year-olds. I'm not a predator. They're choosing to have sex with me. Really, I'm putting them in a much safer position.
Learning how to choke.
Yeah, I mean, I love being choked.
And begging for your husband's fluids.
He chose to bring his mum.
This guy's got to go to therapy.
His mum putting his coat back on. She puts his scarf around him.
This isn't... No. Did anything happen with you and Andrew Tate?
Maybe we should do a part 2 sex tape.
This is the world now.
There's only one time where I've been hurt by a comment and I felt guilty. Do you think I'm a psychopath?
Oh my God. Can I ask you a favour? Heretic subscribers are through the roof, but only 43% of you watching are actually subscribed, which is mad. If you enjoy thought-provoking conversations and want to help this channel grow, hit that subscribe button. It's free and makes a huge difference. It's an interesting one because I know before we even start talking that this is, even though I've had on people who have like done awful things and there's like murders and all that kind of stuff, people who've beaten people up, your one is going to be more than any one that everyone goes, I'm unsubscribing.
100%. When anyone gives me a platform or views or gives me attention, they get so much hate for it. Whereas if you interviewed, just like you said, a mass murderer, it wouldn't cause such an uproar. But me, another story.
Why do you think that is?
Jealous, they're bitter, they are pissed off that I have sex and I enjoy it and I'm not traumatized and don't have daddy issues, and they can't relate to me. So because they can't relate to me, they've got to blame me for something, and they make up so much shit which hasn't happened to me or isn't true just so they can feel better about themselves, either being on benefits or waiting for the boyfriend to pay the bills.
Do you think it might also be a feeling like, oh, there's, the society is going into degeneracy, we're falling apart, and you're a symbol of that?
Definitely not. I bring families together. I bring everyone together. So it's definitely not falling apart around me.
I want to challenge my audience and say, okay, you're going to come into this with a preconception of this is the worst person ever for what.
God, I'm terrible.
And
tell me I'm a bad girl.
Oh, don't. And so by the end, maybe they'll feel differently, or they'll just hate you even more.
Yeah, I'd probably say they're going to hate me even more.
Liam Tuff's asked you some interesting questions. I watched you on his. I like Liam, and just about where you grew up, and I guess he was trying to sort of prod at what went wrong.
This is the question everyone always asks, and everyone wants an answer. And I give the answer on a regular basis, but it's dismissed because the answer everyone wants me to say is, I'm traumatized, I've got daddy issues, I did this because I'm forced into it, or I've got money problems. But that's not the case. Nothing has happened for me to make the decisions I've made in life. I've made it because I want to, I'm in control of my body. And it really is as simple as that. And everyone wants a different story, but that's not the truth. I suppose we
like to see patterns and sort of this, because it is just a fact that with some people, things happen to them early in life and it leads to them.
Yeah.
And you're sort of you're like a 1 in a million, really. I mean, and that would imply that in Britain there are, 60 other people doing what you're doing. So really you're, to the extent that you do it, you're like a 1 in 60 million.
I mean, the UK's filled with sluts, but they're sluts without brains. That's the biggest difference between me and them. And I own up to what I do. I am very comfortable and confident with saying, yeah, I'm a slut. Yes, I earn money from it. And yes, I love it. Most girls sort of do what I do, but just without getting paid. Or, for example, they'll sleep with someone famous just for views and clicks and get a bit of money from him. But they don't class themselves as a slut or a sex worker, even though they are. But they see it as they're the innocent one and I'm the disgusting one. But yeah, I think it just hurts and shocks people that I'm so honest about what I do.
It's a funny thing though, because as I say, on YouTube, everybody goes mental, everybody says I'm unsubscribing. But when I talk to just friends from all different political backgrounds and things, they say, oh yeah, Bonnie Blue's coming on. Everyone's like, oh, can I come and meet her? Like, no, you can't. And I'm talking about women.
Meet me in the toilets, boys.
No, to women as well. And not in that way. They just want to they just want to meet you.
Yeah.
They want to shake your hand. They're just interested.
Mm-hmm.
And then they're much more subtle. People in real life always are. And they go, oh, I wonder, what do I think about that? What do we think about sex work? What do we think about porn? What do we think about? And there definitely is a double standard, because I know I wrote a book called The Psychology of Secrets about people keeping secrets. And this idea of like, oh, boo porn. And I think it's something like 99% of men watch it. Right?
It's very high.
So this is a bit of a double standard, isn't it?
Yeah, I think when people meet me, they're always shocked. They're like, you know what, she's actually quite sweet. She's polite. She's respectful. I'm a nice person. But everyone wants to hate on me. And yeah, I guess when they meet me, they really are taken back.
Do you get on with other people in your line of work?
Sometimes, not all the time. I think a lot of sex workers are lazy. They think, oh, I filmed a sex tape, so I should be successful now. Oh, I should get views. And it's like, one, you're irrelevant. And second of all, your sex tapes aren't that good. So they see me and think, oh, I'm going to just copy her and I'll be successful. Or, oh, she's done so well for herself so quickly, so why can't I? And instead of them looking in the mirror and thinking, you're a shit businesswoman and you're just a slut with no brain, they blame me for making them irrelevant, or they blame me for sort of changing their porn industry.
I feel a bit like that with some YouTubers as well.
It's the same when you start becoming successful, you hit a point and people, when they realize they're not going to work with you, it's suddenly they hate on you, or they become so jealous and bitter that they can't see that it's not us that are the problem, it's actually them.
Success. Someone's successful. And I guess that's why a lot of people have a go at you. And it is all complicated. What was the... I suppose there's a biological thing. I'm just thinking out loud here. It's probably a biological or evolutionary biology thing where women have for a long time had to sort of withhold the goods a little bit so that men chase them and so on. And you've gone, fuck that. I'm doing it a different way. And you've sort of ruined it for a lot of those women.
Oh, I don't know. I mean, if it comes down to dating, then I definitely need dating advice.
Really?
But God, yeah, I feel like I'd be... Like my dating life is like non-existent at the moment. And I think it's going to be very difficult for me to date because of what I do. And I'm actually banned from Tinder. I was trying to recruit 18-year-olds for sex on it.
You can't do that.
Apparently so. Shame that though.
Yeah, but that's okay. That's Tinder off. And then when you go to a bar and meet someone maybe.
But then am I meeting them for the right reasons? Are they just trying to have sex with me because my name's Bonnie Blue? Or do you know what I mean? Like it's going to be hard to gauge someone's reason for wanting to have sex with me.
Well, that's every woman though, isn't it? To a different extent. Like what do they really want kind of thing. Bloody hell. Okay, that's interesting. And then you have to find a man who doesn't mind what you do.
Yeah. And then obviously that's going to be a big issue.
Would you respect a man who doesn't mind what you do?
100%. Like they just need to be confident. If they're insecure themselves, then they see me having sex with a lot of guys with probably bigger penises than them, and you know, maybe more muscular or, you know, different body shape to them. They need to be confident enough to know that I'm going to go back to them.
But there's also, again, evolutionarily, there's a link between sex and love and romantic love. So it must be hard for any man to disassociate what you're doing with other men, even though it is work, from love and infidelity.
For sure, because I get a lot of pleasure from my work as well. Like, yes, it's work, but I absolutely love it. So yeah, it would be hard. Some sex workers just do it because there's a paycheck at the end of it. Mine is very different. I honestly enjoy it and get so much pleasure from it. So it would be even harder for me to explain to someone, hey, yes, this is my job, but I also love it. And yes, they're going to make me come. So it will be hard to sort of split the two.
Can I be honest with you?
Go on.
I don't believe that you enjoy it.
Really?
Yeah.
So what you should do then is come to my next event and feel how wet my pussy is.
Yeah. I was told you might throw out things like that to distract me, but it's not.
I mean, usually it's the guys throwing something in me, but...
I don't think you enjoy it. And because I don't think that female sex workers often do orgasm.
It depends. I didn't at the start. God, I faked it completely. I didn't even know, you know, women was having orgasms on camera. I was like, surely not. Because one, you can't actually tell. It's very different when a guy's to come. But I was like, how do these girls feel confident enough, or how are they sort of concentrating enough on having an orgasm? Because like when you come, a lot of the time you need to be focusing on it. And when I first started, all I was fixated on is the camera angles. How long have we been filming in this position? Do I need to switch it up? Do I look okay in this position? Now that I'm really confident on camera and comfortable, I'm able to switch off a bit. I'm able to sort of think, you know what, it's taking me a bit longer to come, that's fine. I'm going to give him a bit more guidance on what to do to make me come. Before, I wasn't confident enough to do that.
Why can't you just act? This is a job, isn't it? Because
why act? Like when I first started it, that was what I was doing. I was acting, I was performing. And when I first started, I thought, okay, I want to be in this industry 2 years, earn my money, and then I want to leave. Then I realized the amount of pleasure you can actually have from this. It got to a point where I was like, this actually is my life. It's not just a job. I want to enjoy it a lot more, which is when I started relaxing a lot more on camera and realizing I'd prefer my sex tapes to sometimes, you can tell I'm sort of not switched off, but you can tell I'm wanting to come. I'm wanting to keep it in the same position a little bit longer so I can finish myself. And I think that's harder, to be honest.
A friend of mine is a dominatrix. She said she doesn't believe that most porn star women are actually orgasming. And she said and she said you can tell, there is a tell, which is, we're on YouTube, so I have to be careful a little bit lest it be thrown off and then it's a waste of everyone's time. But a certain clenching of the bottom.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Yeah. So like happen. Sometimes when you come, like I watch back and I think, God, I wish I faked that one because I look disgusting right now. Like sometimes obviously when you're having an orgasm, you can become so fixated on that you actually forget. And I know during some of my orgasms I've watched back on camera, I'm like, oh my gosh, like is that the face I actually pull? But that's also sexy because when you come, you can't always control the sort of noise, the faces you pull, the way your body clenches. And to me, that's sexy.
I guess the difficulty in interviewing you, and I think you feel this from the other side as well, everyone wants to get under the skin, but and you do a lot of podcasts as a marketing tool. Obviously, that's what everyone does these for. And we want to get to the, but it's not really in your interest to do anything other than talk about how wonderful and great and everything it is. So if you did secretly go, not that you might hate it, but maybe it's just like, look, it's just a job. I'm not, whatever. When there's 1,000 guys, I don't really enjoy it. Why would you tell me?
Yeah, I get that. Like I've been filming a documentary and they sort of asked me the same. They was like, how do we know this isn't also an act? It's like, you clearly know how to market yourself. You clearly know what you're doing. And when you say, certain things to get views. But the reason it might come across that way is because I genuinely believe what I'm doing. I genuinely do enjoy it. And I completely understand that for most people, it's disgusting or it's vile or they can never imagine themselves doing it. But for everyone that's around me, they become more and more taken back. So like, God, you actually do enjoy it. You actually are having a good time. You are smiling, you're laughing, you're counting down the days and you're looking forward to it. Yes, it gets tiring. Yes, sometimes I'm worried, like, what if this is painful? What if I, get hurt? But each time it's never happened. So those worries become really insignificant.
There was the 1,000 men, and it was 1,000 and something in a day. Mm-hmm. What I don't get is that, so a rival of yours did something similar. And it was 100.
Yeah.
And that, in the documentary made about her, was 10 a.m. or like 9 a.m. till 9 p.m.
Yeah.
So what was done differently? And it looked exhausting and she was like finished. So how could this be 1,000?
It's just not for everyone. Okay. Some people are made for it, other people aren't. In terms of, I was really lucky. The turnout I have to every event is amazing. So I'm never sort of sat waiting around for people to turn up. It is a consistent rotation of men coming in, which I'm super grateful for. I've got a brilliant team that help me organize things. I am very thorough in my work. So like when I do these events, most of the legwork's done beforehand. That actual day is so easy. Like everyone's like, how did you do it? How did you manage that many guys in one day? Really the big question is beforehand. All the hard work has been done the day before. It's a bit like Christmas. Christmas Day often sails through. It's all the preparation beforehand. That's where the chaos is.
Do you have to do sort of exercises with your lower parts or something to not be in pain?
No. I mean, do you know of any? Because I've not actually experienced pain yet, but...
What about emotional pain? Do you if, let's say outside of porn, are you someone who gets sad about completely unrelated things?
Not really, no.
There's kind of a glazed look.
Everyone says this, yeah. No, like I'm very matter of fact. I see things like if I was getting upset about something, I'd put something in place to either prevent that or I'd go, okay, why am I getting upset? Okay, these are the reasons I'm getting upset. I'm going to change that. I'm not one of them typical women that sits there and cries about the same shit on repeat and then go, why is this happening to me? I understand things and I'm clever and I'm intelligent. So I can, a lot of the time, prevent things that are going to upset me. And I don't put myself in them situations. Like I've said recently, the last time sort of I cried was when my granddad passed away. And most recently when like my sort of paperwork of divorce is going through. But aside from that, I'm genuinely like quite a happy person. So not that emotional.
It's something that a lot of viewers can relate to and admire, because we talk a lot about on this channel about victim culture and wallowing and teaching people not to just sit there and go, oh, I'm a victim, because it doesn't actually help them.
Don't get me wrong, like, it is horrible. It is, if you're a victim of anything, it can be absolutely horrible. But sometimes them victims make it their whole personality. They don't have a personality aside from the fact they're a victim. And it's like, I don't know whether it was in a book or what I sort of read it on, but it's like, if a snake bit you, would you spend the rest of your life chasing that snake to ask why it bit you and die in the process? Or would you just go to hospital, accept the fact you've been bitten and get help so you can move on? And most people seem to choose chasing the snake for the rest of their life and die in the process.
I see. Are you quite an angry person? Because you shouted at your manager off screen before, but is that your humour?
Yeah, I'm actually quite funny. I've got a good sense of humour.
Very dry.
Yeah, I've got a very dry sense of humour, a very dark sense of humour as well. But yeah, no, I'm not an angry person. I'm very laid back. I don't really have much to be angry about.
What about, have you considered, and it's something I ask a lot of people, that you might be on some sort of psychopathy spectrum?
What's that?
So psychopaths.
Oh.
Yes. So I just said it in a different way.
Yeah.
Yeah. Have you considered that?
No, definitely not. Do you think I'm a psychopath?
Well, I have no idea. I think one of the things about the misconception is that psychopaths go around killing people and they're horrible, and that's not true for most of them, I believe. It's actually that they are able to withstand incredible pain and things like that most of us couldn't, and they don't seem to have any kind of disgust. They don't get too sad about these things. Those kinds of things. That's what I'm honing in on here.
I mean, I definitely have emotions. Like I said, I've cried recently with my divorce going through, but I'm not an over-the-top emotional person. Yes, I deal with things quite well.
Kicked.
Terrible. Human, different option. Dog, no, not okay.
That's the funny thing, isn't it? I'm the same, and we should feel more empathetic for other humans.
Oh no, I hate anything to do with pets. Like, I can watch most things. Like, I love movies on like murder and torture, but if it's an animal, I can't. It's too sad.
We'll put that in the trailer. I love murders and torture. So.
Oh, that's what I wank to at night.
Oh God. So 1,000 in a day.
Yeah.
24. How long does it take?
12 hours.
Oh,
so what the rest of the day for you? 12.
What did you do? Just go out for coffee after?
Well, I had a McDonald's breakfast for breakfast and headed to the sort of location, shot until like 1, 2 a.m. Went back, had a Pepsi Max burger, went to sleep.
And it's got to be a man every 2 or 3 minutes.
No, like 30 seconds.
That's a lot of pressure for those men.
It isn't. So they was like 3 floors and they was like on a spiral staircase. So they spent a lot of time queuing. And then in the room, it really varied. Like, I started off doing really big gangbangs to get the numbers up quite quickly because it was the penetration that counted. It wasn't them finishing. They didn't need to come.
But nobody's checking, are they?
What, if the dick's going in?
No, from the Guinness Book of Records or whatever.
Oh, no, it's not legit.
Okay.
I wish it was, though.
Yeah. I don't know if they do those things, do they?
Unfortunately not. I mean, if they did, my page would be stuck together. Could you imagine trying to pick that one up from the library? Why is it so crusty?
Bloody hell. Well, I don't know if people can. I suppose people get aroused by anything, but even a piece of paper in the Guinness Book of Records about something that happened, I suppose they'd watch the video itself rather.
Yeah.
So, okay, that is a murky picture, and that's not a judgment of you.
Yeah.
This is 1,000 guys on a spiral staircase.
Yeah.
I mean, Andrew Tate recently, you were talking to him, he was saying it's quite gay.
Oh, he says everything's gay.
He does.
To be honest. Like, he said, and this is the most pathetic thing I think I've heard come out of his mouth, if you're having sex with someone and it's not to get them pregnant, it's gay.
Do you think he might be gay? He protests a bit too much.
I mean, he probably likes a cheeky rim job and a finger, but I don't know.
Did anything happen with you and Andrew Tate?
No.
Did people keep asking?
I did end up getting a Birkin though, so I'm not sure where that came from.
Birkin?
Tends to buy a lot of people he's had sex with a Birkin.
Wait, what's a Birkin?
Their handbag.
Oh, right. He just got you a handbag?
Yeah.
Like a really nice one?
Yeah, a blue one.
How was it going out to see him?
Good. To be honest, I didn't know what to expect. A lot of people have, prejudged him. They've sort of already told me their opinion on him. But I went in very open-minded because I know what the press say about me. I know how I'm perceived online. I'm called a predator, a groomer, and everything else. So I was like, I want to go myself and make my own judgment. I'm not going to believe the shit that's in the press because majority of the time, even when you think it's true, it's false information. And how I expected him to be was polite, respectful. And that's exactly what he was like. He turned up on time, was respectful, said to me, let me know if you need anything. If there's anything I say which makes you feel uncomfortable, please let me know. And that's exactly how the podcast sort of went.
Yeah.
And I had a laugh, to be honest. He was smiling a fair bit, more than what he usually does. And whether or not he agrees with everything I do, I think he found me an intelligent businesswoman.
What happened when so the cameras go off? You just say, what did you just say goodbye? Did you hang out?
Yeah. Maybe we should do a part 2 sex tape, but no, nothing crazy happened.
No, but there was no hanging out and going out somewhere. I'm a bit interested in like was that in Romania?
Yes.
Like what's his life like there?
I don't really know, to be honest. From what it seems, he has a lot of hot girlfriends, takes a lot of virginities. So he's living the life I'd very much like to live. But he seems chilled, happy. He is in control of his life. And what more can you ask for?
When people say that you're a predator, is it because it's often these young men and you're taking their virginities?
Yeah.
How do you feel about that?
Oh, I couldn't care. Call me what you want. I'm not a predator. They're choosing to have sex with me. It's a consensual experience for both. So, and I've said many times, these 18-year-olds that have sex, majority of the time it's in a it's not a controlled environment. They might have been drinking, they might have been doing drugs. They may try and do something to a girl which they've seen online and never actually performed it before, which can lead to a dangerous situation for both her and him. When I have sex with them, there's security at the door, there's consent forms, they've had to bring ID, they've done a breathalyzer, the list goes on. And they're in a very safe environment where I'm not going to judge them at all. So I know if I had a child and they was 18, I'd send them straight to someone like me.
And that is quite a common thing in different cultures. There's definitely cultures where I've lived in different places around the world where it's quite typical for like a father to take their son to see a prostitute or something.
Really?
Like that. Yeah.
I think that's brilliant because as a guy as well, you want to make out you know what you're doing. You pretend you're really confident. You pretend like you're going to give him an amazing performance. And a lot of time that's not the case. It is hard work. Sex is not this perfect performance that everyone makes out it is. So I really do give these 18-year-olds or virgins at whatever age an experience where they can learn from. They can understand how to choke and pull hair properly without actually hurting the other girl, because a lot of women as well, especially when they're younger, sometimes feel intimidated to speak up, say, actually, that's hurting a little bit. Or could you go a little bit slower? Or could we get the lube? They feel intimidated and they're not confident enough to speak up. Whereas the guy can learn a lot from me and learn how to communicate a lot better with those women. So really, I'm putting them in a much safer position.
Learning how to choke.
Yeah, I mean, I love being choked and a lot of other girls do as well. There's also a lot that don't, and that's completely fine. You need to learn to sort of speak up and say what you do and don't like.
Yeah. That's the issue. One of the issues that people talk about a lot regarding porn is that a lot of young boys are growing up watching this stuff, which tends to be quite violent, tends to cater towards people who have more extreme...
More like rough, dominant sex.
Yeah, stuff like that. And then try to apply that to their nice, lovely girlfriend.
Like 18-year-old virgin.
Yeah, and that's very scary for those women who then feel they have to live up to some sort of standard as well. And maybe that's also why they're not entirely happy with what you do.
See, I always talk about consent. I always say I never do anything I don't want to do. For example, backdoor. Never ever done backdoor. I'm not interested in it.
That means bottom.
Yeah.
Right.
And, other girls unfortunately feel intimidated and feel like, oh, that's the most sexiest thing I can do. So I'm just going to say yes, I don't really want it. If I'm a massive porn star and I say no, I don't want it, then no, an 18-year-old girl should never feel intimidated to do it. I get blamed for just about everything nowadays. If a woman gets murdered, it's, oh, Bonnie's promoted that. If someone gets, it's, oh, it's Bonnie's fault.
Yeah.
There's a never-ending list of things I'm blamed for. And I'm responsible for zero.
When I was younger, I never would have predicted I'd be a YouTuber. It's like not in a million years. When you were a teenager, would you call yourself a porn star?
I mean, I am, but I always forget that I'm a porn star because I see myself as, I'm really not that sexy. I turn up in joggers. Yeah, I put this on for the podcast. Afterwards, I'll be straight back in my joggers. Like, I don't know, like, I just forget I'm a porn star. I still see myself as how I did years ago. I'm just a normal person. And I forget that people find me attractive or hot. Like, for me, I don't see that side half the time. So, yeah, I'm a porn star, but God, I forget it all the time.
What would 15-year-old you say about that?
Well, I'm a porn star now.
Yeah, if you went back and spoke to 15-year-old you and you're like, hey, guess what I'm doing?
I won't believe it. I'd be like, there's no chance. I didn't even want to be sort of seen in a bikini. I didn't have social media prior to doing this. I wasn't oh my God, I want attention, all eyes on me type of thing. So then to say to 15-year-old me, you're going to be on TV, you're going to be on multiple podcasts, articles, I would have been in complete disbelief.
To what extent, I mean, yeah, you've said that, I think you've said that fame is an important part for you, that you like fame. I think you might have said that.
No, like it's the fame. I don't even really know how it's come about because it's become crazy. I never became a porn star or, online creator to get famous. Most people that do what I do aren't famous. So I never took this route to get famous. I didn't even know that was a possibility for a sex worker like myself. Yes, it's now come along. I don't hate it, but I wouldn't say it's my most favourite part.
I've found now in my notes why I said that, because on Liam's podcast you said you quoted somebody about reaching fame and managing hate, and that made me think, okay, is that part of it? And everybody wants to have a little bit of that kind of, to be celebrated, to be wanted and desired.
Yeah, I think that sort of quotation came from a lot of people want to be famous, and then when they're famous, all they do is cry about the hate. It's like, it's common sense. The more your name's out there, regardless to who you are, you're going to get hate. And I hate it when celebrities or influencers or porn stars suddenly come forward and they're crying so much about the hate. It's like, what did you expect? Use your brain.
But there must have been some times where people have said horrible things about you when it hurt.
Honestly, no. And I know that's not going to seem believable and it's going to seem like, oh, I'm putting on an act. I have never shed a tear over a hate comment. There's only one time where I've been hurt by a comment, and that was when a photo of my granddad that passed away was uploaded on TikTok, said, oh, this is Bonnie's real dad. He sexually assaulted her as a child. And that
made up shit.
Completely made up. But obviously everyone believed it straight away because everyone's looking for the trauma. Everyone's looking for a reason of why I do what I do. So no one was believing me when I was saying this isn't true. And that went pretty viral across all social media. And that one really hurt me because my family saw that. And I felt guilty. I felt bad. Really, I shouldn't have felt bad because it's some sicko that's, stalked through old Facebook accounts, found a family photo, and then made up a story just to make themselves feel better, just because they're fat and on benefits. So that's the only time I've been hurt. But aside from that, it's, oh, Bonnie's transgender, or Bonnie's depressed, Bonnie's this, or she's a suicide case waiting to happen. I'm like, I know I'm not. So if you want to sit there and make comments, I've got better things to do.
You'd be a short transgender because you're not that tall.
Yeah.
How tall are you?
5'3".
Yeah, I mean, there can't be many transgenders who are 5'3".
Yeah, that's true. I mean, like, when that story first went out, I saw it and I was like, well, no one's going to believe that. Within 24 hours, it got over 100 million views. The
one about your grandpa that made up?
No, the one about me being transgender.
But it didn't bother you?
No, I'm not bothered. I mean, like, they saw, like, there was apparently a mark on my neck and it was like, oh, this is where she's had a surgery. Oh, yeah, that's why she has small boobs. It's because she's a boy. And I'm not bothered. I don't care that I've got small boobs. I probably just had, a scratch mark on my neck or some sort of mark. So, no, how can I be bothered about someone making up that I'm trans?
I get, people think I've got a toupee.
What's a toupee?
A wig.
Oh, I mean, you've got very good hair.
Thank you. Do you think that's what it is, jealousy? Are you thinking, is it a wig now?
No, I was thinking, oh, I'd like to run my fingers through that, push you down.
Right.
Maybe you could tell my manager where you got your hair from.
See, when you say those things, like, you put those things in.
Yeah.
Right? I don't, that's the bravado that I'm talking about.
I've just got a good sense of humour, to be honest. Yeah. I think a lot of people, like I did a Q&A on stage recently about a documentary, and a lot of the journalists took my sarcasm and humour for matter of fact. And whereas the rest all saw it and was like, you know what, you're actually funny. I want to dislike you, but I can't. I'm actually starting to like you. And people forget, like, I can be funny. I can have a sense of humour. I'm not just a girl that sucks dick.
Is it a power thing as well, a little bit? Sort of put the interviewer, make him uneasy?
I mean, I do it obviously for clips, but also I do it because it's funny. Like, why would you not want to make someone smile or say something to make people laugh?
Yeah. But my wife might be offended that a woman's talking to me this way.
Oh, but I couldn't care. What's your wife done for me? Nothing. You're going to get me views and, you're hosting a brilliant podcast. Your wife's irrelevant. And that's how I see it. Like, it's...
But this is why I ask if you might be on that sort of psychopath spectrum.
Like, it's harsh, but like, if more people should have a mindset like me, more people should be less of a wet wipe and more focused on themselves, because then they wouldn't be so bothered. They wouldn't be so emotional all the time. They wouldn't be so stressed out about what someone else is doing. Like, I live, to a certain degree, a very selfish life. It's like, this is what I want to do. Like, I'm not selfish because I suck so many people off and give my body away, which I love doing, but I'm also selfish in the fact I don't care. I don't care if I hurt your wife in the process. It's like, I'm focused on me and what makes me happy, and if more people did that, well, they'd be a lot happier.
Would society function if most people were selfish?
I mean, therapists would be out of a job, wouldn't they?
If people were just like, get on with it, I don't care about anything.
Yeah. Not everyone could be like this.
Don't we need some social cohesion? Some sort of, hey, we're all together and let's help one another out. You must help people, friends.
All the time. Yeah, like, I'm not just a horrible person. Like, I am nice. I do have a good group of friends, and I'm not, I can be emotional. I can understand other people's emotions, but I'll also be the first one to say, get your shit together. You're putting yourself in this position.
Have you got long-standing friends? What do your friends think of what you do?
Shocked when they first found out, because prior to that, I didn't have social media. I wasn't look at me, I want to get loads of attention. I was married. I had a very secure job, and they just didn't picture me doing this. But they're supportive, and they're the same as my family. They just want me to be happy, and as long as I'm happy, then of course they're going to support me.
Who are these people that come to see you? For example, the 1,000 Men.
Yeah.
Like, is it secretly friends of mine? It could be, or are the viewers who are watching, or is there some? And demographically, who are they? What are you seeing?
God, it really is a mixture. Obviously, I get a lot of 18-year-olds, but I also get just the most average person, like the person you would just pass in the street and wouldn't think anything of. And I know everyone has this prejudgment that they're disgusting, they're weird, or they're desperate, or they can't get it, which is why they're in my queue. And they're honestly really sweet, nice people, and they're not what you'd expect. I know when I first started doing sex work, even I sort of thought, these men are going to be dirty, weird, they're just really lonely, but in a bad way. And then when I spoke to my first, I guess, customer, I was like, what on earth? That is not what I expected. Like, he was just a nice, normal guy. I'd pass him in the street and I wouldn't think, you're the type of guy to wank online. And that's exactly what my cues are. They are so varied. Everyone's from different backgrounds, different race, and everyone's really, really varied. And that's brilliant, because it shows I've got like a good target audience. It's everyone.
Some people have said, and probably unfounded, that there's a large number of people from sort of minority backgrounds that see you. Was that right or not at all?
No, it's completely mixed. Like, some of the people that come to see me are millionaires. And then other people, that do come from poorer backgrounds, but I'm not bothered and I don't judge. I don't care what background you've come from. As long as you're polite and respectful to me, then I'm not bothered.
I think what we can't get past, so many of us, is like why a guy would want to wait, as desirable as you may be, to wait in a line of 1,000 men. And that's what Andrew Tate was getting at with the gayness, is, being around that. In that documentary I mentioned before from, a competitor of yours. I don't know if you saw that, but the cameraman was sort of retching. You could hear him retching behind the camera. And I think most of us watching that completely empathize, like, bloody hell, I don't like my own smells, let alone that of 1,000 men.
I don't know, each guy has a very different reason for being there. Maybe the wife's had a couple of kids and they don't want to obviously pressure their wife for sex, so they come to me for their release. Another guy might be a virgin and they want to lose their virginity. Another guy feels like they've not had a connection for a while, so they come and see me.
You're not going to get a connection when you're one of 1,000 men. I mean, I'm talking about that specific one. I think you're talking about one-on-ones and things. But
even like varied, when I think back to the 1,000, like, some of them just feel body conscious and they're like, you know what, I want to put myself out there. I want to go and see her. Or I feel like I've got a small penis, so I want to go and see if she reacts, or I want to, put myself out there so that I can walk away with more confidence. I can't say there's a typical reason of why people come to see me. Yes, it's to come and have a good time. But aside from that, everyone's got their own reasons for wanting to be there. Whether people agree or not with that, it's their decision.
Were they all like chatting with each other, like waiting on the staircase?
Oh gosh, they become really good friends.
Bloody hell.
Yeah, it's honestly so sweet. So there was this one guy that messaged me afterwards and he's like, I just want to say thank you so much. He's like, I've never had a friendship group before. We're all going out for a curry tonight. And I sort of still check in occasionally, and they're all in a friendship group. They see each other. And I think that's brilliant, because whether you're young or old nowadays, it's hard to make a good friendship group. And if my events can be an opportunity for people to meet people, help with people's mental health, then I think that's amazing.
I suppose some would say that those people are now forming a friendship around a kind of objectification of women. I mean, when it's once with you, maybe and I understand the argument as well. Like, hey, I'm my own person. I want to sell my body. But if that's what they're forming a friendship around, and I think, again, that's what people are concerned about regarding the culture at large here.
I mean, it's just not the case. That, yes, the common interest originally was me. However, your whole personality is not just sex from the minute you wake up to the minute you go to sleep. These other things, these other interests these men have. And they're not sexualizing other women. They're coming to sexualize me, which I want them to. And then they're getting off, they've had the release, and it's actually putting much more women at a safer position.
Who's the father and son that you slept with?
Oh gosh, can't name drop.
What were they like?
So sweet, so nice. They had the most, I mean, I spoke to Liam about this. I don't know if you saw that part. And he's like, I think that is terrible.
He was livid.
Yeah, for sure. But what I thought was the most beautiful thing out of that, the connection they had. Most 18-year-olds, you know, they're complaining about the parents, like, bloody hell, my dad's done this, or, oh God, I'm hiding this from my parents. They're drinking and not telling them, and they're keeping so many secrets. They had a brilliant relationship to the point where he told his dad he had sex with me, and then they both decided to come and have sex with me the following day. And you look at it however you want, but I think I would love to have a relationship, you know, like that. Or if I'm lucky enough to have children in the future, I'd love my son to have that connection with his dad.
I think, oh my God. I mean,
are you picturing it right now?
Well,
should I give you more of a visualization?
No, I just think that I get your point, and I also think it might be a bit weird of the dad to want to be involved in that with his son. Do you know Liam's history?
No.
So Liam's dad was that way inclined, like in the bad way, and is in prison now.
Yeah.
So you can see why Liam reacted the way he did. He was visceral reaction.
Yeah.
And there are, I think, 1 in 100 men, I believe, are, we can't use the word on YouTube, but, you know, so that's what I would be thinking. Gosh, why does he want to be involved with his son?
So it was done in separate rooms. I mean, I would love a, you know, father and son to take me to Paris, but I just want to respect people's boundaries. And yeah, for me, it was done in separate rooms, but they had a brilliant relationship. I can understand why people think it's weird, but I honestly wish more people could see the behind the scenes, what really happens. And I had a new videographer at the time who came to that event, and he had his expectations. We thought, oh, maybe it's not true. Maybe these lines are all staged, or maybe these men are going to be weird. And then he was like chatting to him afterwards, following him on social media, still checks in with him now. And he's like, it's really not what I expected. And that's what everyone says. I even had Channel 4 at the 1000 event recently, well, back in January. And the director was like, I didn't know if I was going to be able to handle it. I didn't know if I was going to feel intimidated, if I was going to be disgusted. And she said she found it a safe environment. She didn't find it disgusting. These men was polite and they was actually respectful. And that is the response I get from everyone. There's been no one that's come to this event and gone, those men were horrible, fights kicked off, it was a disrespectful environment. No one's walked away and said it was a bad experience. They might have said, yeah, there was condoms on the floor, there was fluids everywhere, they've slipped over, and somebody's mum turned up to collect their son, but not a single guy, and the press have been searching for a bad story, not a single guy has come forward and said, I didn't feel safe. It was a bad experience.
That mum, yeah, that's embarrassing, isn't it? Getting sort of pulled out by your ear by your mum while you're like queuing up to see her.
I didn't hear half the story until afterwards, because obviously I was very busy.
Yeah.
And I got told about the story, and I was like, surely not. Like, surely someone didn't bring their mum. But even that I thought was nice. You know, he chose to bring his mum. It felt like he wanted to.
So he brought his mum, and then she said, no, or what?
Well, obviously I still don't know the whole story because I was very, very occupied in the other room. But basically, yeah, he brought his mum along. His mum was waiting with him for a good couple of hours. And then I think it wasn't until she was on the stairs and started to see like these guys, some of them are jerking off on the stairs. Some of them are coming out undressed, carrying their clothes.
Oh my God.
That she then realised what this was. It wasn't a show. It was a sex show. And once her son was in the room with me and I was taking his virginity, that's when she really clocked on what was happening.
Oh, did she stop him in the middle or something?
Oh, no. I was concerned, like, because after I knew someone had collected them up, someone had collected their son, I was like, fuck, I really wish I got to sleep with them. And my team was like, no, you did. Like, you did take his virginity.
Oh, so she didn't, she didn't take him.
She didn't watch. She was the other side of the door.
Okay, and she didn't take him away angry. I thought she'd like.
Oh no, she did afterwards. But at this point, I'd already slept with him.
This guy's got to go to therapy.
Therapy? Why?
That whole thing is a Freudian nightmare. That whole thing.
It went pretty viral, to be honest. I had to check in with him. I was like, just checking you're okay.
What did he say?
Yeah, I mean, he's like, I didn't expect it to go viral, but he's fine. I still speak to him. He's a
Is
sweet
there like
guy.
video footage of him like being pulled out by his
Oh
mum?
yeah.
Right, he can't be doing that. That's mad.
It's quite an entertaining video, to be honest. Bless him. His mum was like, Joseph, get your coat. And then you see afterwards his mum putting his coat back on. She puts his scarf around him.
This is no, and that.
So you can't a lot of people told me that was fake. They was like, oh, you've staged that. And I'm like, as clever as I am, I never even, the day I was so occupied with other things, like I didn't even have a chance to think of that.
You can't write shit like that.
No, and it was fantastic.
Because all press is good press. It's funny that
I don't know. I used to think that. It's not the case anymore.
Okay, go on. What's bad press for you?
I don't know. Bad press. I used to think sort of any press is good, but then it's sort of not always the case.
But is there anything that sort of makes your views go down and your revenue go down?
No.
So in that sense, there's no bad.
Yeah, no, in that sense, there's no, like, even recently when I've unfortunately been blamed for culture, that's, my views didn't drop or my money didn't decrease. But obviously things like that is not nice. I don't want to be, told I'm responsible for that.
Yeah. I understand, as I said before, if boys are learning to choke with you,
yeah, there
is a sort of, and then I suppose the other side of that is you could say, well, I'm giving them that release so that they don't go out into the world. And
for sure. Like, I talk about consent all the time. Every video, it's like, bring your ID. You're going to have to fill in a consent form. I'm going to have to take photos of you uploading, with the ID and the consent form. So then to blame me for something as disgusting as that, which isn't consensual, I'm like, you're actually confusing so many people. You're confusing the younger generation of what that is. So how do they know when to speak up when something wrong's happening, when you're trying to put my word, my name next to something like that? Yeah, everyone knows everything I do is consensual. You're blowing the line and you're the one that's going to mess up younger generations on what to believe.
I relate to what you said about people come and work with you and go, oh, it's not what because people do that here. People come and, and they thought this was going to be some sort of horrible and people are nice.
Oh, it's not horrible.
Views. Here. Yeah, it's been nice, hasn't it, so far for you?
Yeah, really nice.
Yeah, and although I didn't think you'd think it's horrible, but people who come to work here and things like that. But then, okay, but tell me, and you're level with me now.
Yeah.
You've been going for how many years?
2 years.
2 years. What was the lowest moment? There must have been one moment during a scene, something happened that wasn't right.
I guess I did a gangbang at Freshers last September, and there was 23 guys, me, one camera guy. That was it. And these guys are just obviously from the street. I don't know them. And it was predominantly students. And then obviously when I was doing the IDs, I realized some of these were much older and they wasn't all students. But I was like, okay, cool. As long as like majority of them are students, because this is a sort of like an 18-year-old sort of gangbang. And when I was there, I was obviously very busy. I've got someone at the back of me, someone in my hand, someone in my mouth. I could start to see like other guys looking around the room. I was staying in that apartment at the time. All my belongings were in there. And I could see these other guys like wandering in and out different rooms, different closets. And I was like, maybe this isn't the safest environment I've put myself in right now. And I didn't feel in danger. But I started to realize once these guys leave, things are going to be missing. And yeah, phones got stolen.
But you didn't feel in danger, despite during the act looking around and going, I've not put myself in a good position here.
I didn't feel in danger because they was, to me, like they didn't hurt me. I knew that wasn't their intentions. You are always going to have scumbags. And unfortunately, I invited some of them in me, and then they took some of my belongings.
And surely in those 2 years, haven't they gone too far and hurt you in some way?
No.
Hasn't there been a feeling of regret afterwards of, oh no?
No, like I say all the time during my videos, like spit on me, slap me, mess me up, drag me around. Like it genuinely turns me on the next day and I wake up and I've got bite marks, the odd bruise. And for me, I like that. Yes, I like a balance of passionate sex and rough sex, but especially when I'm doing these big scenes, I love to be dominated. I love to be surrounded and I want to be destroyed. Like I want by the end of that to be makeup down my face. I want my hair to look like I've just had a shower because it's filled with fluids. I think some people that's not for them, but for me it is. So the men that meet me, they sort of know my boundaries as well, but I have to remind them to do things because they treat me so delicately.
That seems mad. I just would imagine that some of them would be horrible.
They're fans, they're subscribers, they've people that have just queued up for 6, 7, 8 hours. It's
But psychopaths exist. Horrible
Yeah,
people
for
exist.
sure.
You'd think some would have found their way to you and treated you badly. And that could happen in the future.
It could, but to be fair, I'd prefer it to happen to me than somebody else.
Do you have security?
Yeah.
That's good.
The security's more for them than it is for me, though. Like, I always know, everyone's amazed by this, but I always know I'm fine. I always know walking in, I'm going to be safe. I'm surrounded by hundreds and thousands of people that adore me and want to sort of basically wrap me in bubble wrap sometimes. The security's more because suddenly these guys are in a big room. There's loads of men. They're probably going to get someone else's fluids on them. Sometimes they can be like, oh, that's gay, or that's weird, or God, your dick just touched me. So the security's more just to protect them and to make sure nothing ever breaks out between them. But touch wood, it's never happened.
I just don't know why people want that when there's loads of guys. I just don't.
It's definitely not for everyone. And even some of them guys there, they would prefer a one-on-one experience. They'd prefer for me not to be blinded with cum and, you know, not for you to not be able to run your fingers through my hair. Like I know towards the end of the day, some of the guys would try and run their fingers through my hair and it'd get stuck and I'd be like pulling their hand out because it's just become so knotty and so wet. But they also know most of the time that's the only interaction they're going to have with me in person. But I am changing that. I am doing more meet and greets.
I see. And how does it work? I mean, are you on OnlyFans now? I heard you were blocked. That was the one that was online.
I'm on Fansly.
That's another thing that you're
Yeah.
on. And it's a similar thing. They give you money and then you talk to them or something?
Yeah, like the biggest difference with Fansly is they're pro sex workers. They are happy to have sex content on, you know, out there, and they sort of push it and promote it, and they're very proud of the sex workers they have. So yeah, that's the platform I'm on now.
Interesting. Do you agree with what Andrew Tate said, that you're sort of the end result of feminism?
To a certain degree, yeah. Because women have fought for so many years to have control and, you know, not be dependent on a guy and be their own person. And that's exactly what I am. I don't rely on anybody. I take control of my body. I choose for men to sexualize me. And hundreds of years ago, I would have been in the kitchen, cooking, cleaning, pushing out a couple of kids. And that is the complete opposite of what I do. I can't even cook a frozen pizza.
But there were prostitutes back then.
Yeah, for sure.
Are you a prostitute?
I guess so. I'm not, it's weird because I don't label it. Like I don't say, yes, I'm a prostitute, or yes, I'm just a porn star. Like you don't need to label it. Everyone nowadays thinks you've got to fit into a certain category. It doesn't matter. Like people call me a prostitute, but sometimes when they want to get under my skin, like not yourself, but I've done interviews where they're like, so you're a prostitute. I'm like, yeah, I'm a prostitute. Like I'm not bothered what you want to call me, like slut, slag, whore, prostitute, whatever.
You sort of own it.
Yeah, you've got to own it.
What about going out with like family, friends and things like that, and then someone says, oh, so what do you do? And is that a bit awkward
Oh,
sometimes?
my mum would be the first one to say I'm a porn star. Same with my grandma. Like, they're really proud of me. I know my dad doesn't watch my content with a box of tissues, but yes,
Jesus.
he has watched my, you know, he's seen the TikToks, he's seen the Instagram photos. He is proud of me. And
They found out through your sister?
so I told my sister first in the family. The rest of my family found out through a sex tape getting leaked.
Oh, I thought your sister told them.
My sister so my mum got leaked a sex tape. My mum then told my dad. My sister already knew at this point what I was doing. So I made my sister sort of explain it to them. Because I was living in Australia at the time. So I said to my sister, I was like, you're going to have to explain it to him. Because one, I don't want to have that conversation. I'm not ready for it. So can you just please explain the situation, explain a little bit more about the platform I'm on?
I think for a lot of men, at least initially, that's their
Yeah.
worst nightmare, their daughter, you know, doing that.
Yeah, I can understand why people would say that. My dad came to terms with it very quickly. Once I explained, no, I'm not being forced into it. I'm not doing this because of money issues or anything like that. I'm doing this because I want to take control of my life. I don't want to sit in an hour and a half of rush hour traffic to then do an 8-hour shift for somebody else and just be replaced at any point. And if something happens, I have to request a day of annual leave. And I don't want this repetitive life that most people feel like they have to live. And when I explained it like that, he was like, okay, if you believe you can do it and you're going to be happy and you're sort of taking responsibility for what you're doing, then, you know, I'm going to support you.
He must have, because again, there's that thing of, as I say, it was something like 99% of men do. I think 99% watch it, or at least they, you know, have a go at it themselves, whether there's a screen in front of them or not.
Yeah.
That he's going to just encounter your videos from time to time.
I mean, possibly, but you just skip over it.
Bloody hell. That's a thing to get used to for a guy.
I mean, yeah, I mean, what my dad does in his own time is obviously completely up to him, and he's not going to be watching my videos.
Would you want your kids, if you were to have, would you want to have kids?
I think so. I, before, was so fixated on having children. I was like, I really want to have children. And that was more because I was missing something in my life. I'd been with my partner, I was married, I had a good job, I had a house. So clearly, society makes you believe the next thing to do is have children. But that didn't happen for me. Unfortunately, I couldn't get pregnant. But I'm glad, because if I'd have had children, my life would have been very different. And I was filling a gap, and having children wouldn't necessarily fill that gap. And for most people, they have children, but it's more because the people around them have. So, it's not a coincidence that a lot of people have children at the same time with their friends. It's because they see that the friends are doing it. Naturally, they do it.
Yeah. Well, partly it's also because that's just, I mean, there's only a certain fertility window anyway, isn't there?
I mean, it's definitely bigger than what people, that window is definitely longer than what people think, but you're just made to think that's what happiness is. From such a young age, it's like you go to school, you go to university, then you meet someone, you get married, you have children. And even if you're not religious, you're still sort of made to believe that's the steps you follow and that's the order you do it. And it's really not the case. And that is not the sort of way to get happiness.
It is also a fact, and that might be the case. I don't, you know, everybody differs on that. But it might be the case that if we don't have or encourage people to have children younger, then our society is going to collapse. We don't have enough children.
Yeah, but it's our responsibility for what's happening 200 years from now. We're going to be dead anyway.
I know.
Are you really going to be that bothered what happens in 200 years?
No.
No, neither.
I think about that a lot.
What, that you're going to be dead?
Firstly, that.
Yeah.
And secondly, how much there's some sort of equation to work out how much you should care in something called effective altruism about future generations. And it's like the next generation down, we care X percent. And in like 10 generations, it's a much lower amount. And so
I mean, yeah, maybe if I had children, then I'd be thinking, okay, well, if they have children, then I'm going to obviously be worried about that and sort of so on. But at the moment, no, I don't have children. So I really couldn't give a shit of what happens in 100 years.
And did you say you can't have children?
I would have to go through IVF. They wouldn't happen naturally.
Is that upsetting?
Obviously, yeah. It's, you know, my friends at the time as well was having children, and they was like, I mean, the worst thing you can probably hear is when you're trying to get pregnant, it's not happening. It's, oh, it's just going to happen. Don't overthink it. It's just going to happen. And then the more I was taking tests each month, and each time it was negative, and then I started to take ovulation tests, and each time I was like, okay, brilliant, I'm having sex at the correct time, so surely I'm going to fall pregnant next month. And it just wasn't happening. And obviously it's disheartening because as a woman, you're like, okay, you know, you have children, you get pregnant, and that wasn't the case. So it's hard. But it taught me a lot about IVF, people's journeys, and how many people do have issues. And I've been fortunate enough now to help 2 people through their IVF journey.
Did that realization come before you got into adult performing?
Yeah.
Do you think that might be?
I knew that was coming. No. It generally didn't. Like, if I want to have children now, I sort of still can, or I'd be more than happy to adopt. And I've said that from a young age, even before I knew I had. Before I knew I had issues.
How old are you?
I'm 26.
Okay.
Everyone thinks I'm 46, so. How old? Yeah. Well, you're not meant to say yes, I agree.
I would say 44.
Right, okay. But yeah, that's generally the like biggest hate comment is that I'm 46. They're like, how does this girl get away role playing that she's 26? Even on my Wikipedia page now, it says born 1999 or maybe like 1989. I'm like, no, it's 1999.
I'm 89. Starting to feel old.
Are you?
A little bit.
You don't look old.
Oh, thank you. That's a toupee that everyone thinks like the wig that everyone thinks I have.
It's very strong. Are you hairy everywhere or just there?
Yeah.
Do you prefer clean shaven or?
Okay. Nice try. Thing is, I would be an open. You're like a Louis Theroux. You've done that. You've Louis Theroux'd me. Do you know who that is?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I thought because you're younger, you might not.
Yeah, no, I'm 46, so.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay. That's interesting that they think that. I wonder if it's just like they know that's the thing that can hurt somebody who, you know.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't, but generally it's the most common hate thing, like, I get.
It's funny though, because the MILF category is such a popular category anyway.
Well, you're not going to be playing into it. You're meant to say no. I could do more teen category.
What, is that what MILFs are supposed to say?
No, but you're meant to say to me, you're not meant to push the MILF category.
I'm just
You're meant
saying
to
there's
say,
going to come a
oh,
time.
yeah, you look really young.
There's going to come a time.
Yeah. No, I'd happily do sort of content at whatever age. I had a journalist recently from the Independent, very stuck up, terrible journalist, to be honest. She was like, well, what are you going to do when your looks fade? What are you going to do in the future? And I was like, well, for me, beauty comes at all ages. I would happily do content if I'm lucky enough to get pregnant or when I'm older. Like, everyone has wanks over different things, so.
There aren't that many successful 50 plus, though, are there? The MILFs are like 27.
Yeah, I mean, like, it definitely decreases, but it's also no one as successful as I am. So I'm sure people want to see what I'm doing when I'm 50, 60,
But
70.
you'll have enough to not have to by that point. And you probably might.
I still want to be railed when I'm 80. Do you not think?
I don't think. I'm not even convinced you want to do it.
Really?
Yeah, well, you can find a
I would love it if
husband.
you came. So I've got an event on the 9th of August. I would love it if you came to that.
An
You don't
event.
actually have to come, like come, but
What
you
event?
can. So I want thousands of men to turn up. I'm going to have doctors there and they're going to be checking in for testicular cancer. And I'm also obviously going to be very busy offering my body out. But it's going to be like a meet and greet. It's going to be very different to before. And I obviously get a lot of pleasure from it.
Wait, so men are going to go get sort of felt up by the doctor,
Yeah.
which is horrible, by the way. It feels weird. It's not. It's you know. And by the way, something I realised recently, like when I went to my school,
Yeah.
all of my old schoolmates,
Well, I hope your school weren't doing it for 2 years.
they were doing that, and we all suddenly realised. Like we were all like, do you remember that when we were 13? Can someone put in the comments what
What
that's
do you
about?
mean? Who was doing it to your teacher?
I think it was they got a doctor.
Oh, right. Okay. Yeah.
I hope, but it was like to get into the school, they had to check your balls.
I don't know. I mean, can you send me that to that school?
Fuck. It's an all boys school, so no, you can't go there.
So, well, send me when they're 18. Send them to me
When they're 18, yeah.
Yeah.
Bloody hell, Bonnie Blue. The things you say. That's why people say they think you're a predator. Send me to that school.
Yeah. Well, you can be in education when you're 18.
Yeah.
Like, I did a gangbang in a school classroom recently. They're 18.
Did the school allow that?
Yeah.
You didn't ask, did you?
Well, no, it was a studio, but like you can be in education at all ages. Yes, I say school a lot of the time, but you can be in school at any age. Like, I'll just play on words, which I know is going to frustrate people.
Do you regret saying about the school?
School, like, I've done school content for a long time. Schoolgirls have always been sexualized. There's always people dressed up in
That's true.
uniform, and it, once it hits a certain age, yeah, it is sexy, and yeah, strip it off and put it on the floor.
There is a double standard, isn't there?
Yeah.
With that. That's interesting. Yeah, I think that's. Oh yeah, your event. Well, I
Yes.
don't want to go to that. Right. So
Why wouldn't you want to go? Would you not want to come and give like the first interview that's like, hey, I actually went to the event. This is what I thought.
I do like, now that I think about it,
Yeah.
the doctor thing, because you're encouraging men to do something that's very important. That
A lot of the time, men don't spend enough time on themselves. So they will dismiss it. Whereas like if it's like, okay, you get to meet Bonnie Blue and you get your balls checked, why not? It's a perfect day out.
they should check their prostate more. But there's that older men. Maybe that's.
I mean, I would happily do that as well.
No, you're not a doctor. You're not checking.
Loads of guys love it if you're given a blowjob, grab the balls and you stick
No.
a finger up the arse.
You've gone too far.
No.
The doctors.
I mean, I don't have to put the whole finger in. Just the tip.
Doctors should check people's prostates.
Okay, well, maybe I'll see if the doctor can do that than me. Maybe the doctor can loosen them up.
No,
It'd make
this
more
is-
sense if I loosen them up, actually, then they went to the doctor.
It's all a weird thing, isn't it?
Are you picturing it? Because I am.
Yeah, but not with as much excitement as you.
I'm picturing it, me on my back, someone's inside of me.
No, right.
things
So
in their arse.
I've got one more question for you. But
Okay.
where can people? Well, that's what I always ask people. But I don't want to send. I can't. People don't know where they can find you, don't they?
Yeah.
right.
Bend over this table in about 10 minutes' time.
Who's a heretic you admire?
Who's what?
A heretic, a rebel, anyone that's...
Oh, I guess Andrew Tate.
Fair enough. What in particular?
He doesn't care what people think about him. He lives the life he wants to live, and more people should do that. More people can be opinionated without panicking about what the media is going to say about them.
He might be a sex trafficker, though. We don't know.
And
that's really bad.
Yeah, but it's also, I don't believe it's true. I've met him and I don't believe he's done that. Yes, he used to sort of run an agency and other things, but those women consented to that.
I don't know enough about it. But fair enough, people. That's Bonnie Blue. She's there. She's come into the studio. There she is. Hit the like button and keep watching this channel.